So welcome back. It's another day, and today I want to actually make the animation tool. Okay, so um, first off, let's start the scene over again. With 2D node, add an attack manager, which has a few things. Can I add an input manager as well? Do I need any of this? No, I don't know. Okay, I'll just have buttons to do this. So then I want an attack, some frames, and a projectile. Okay. Rename test attack animation fix names fix name. There, that's going to be in annoyance. We add just an entity with nothing attached. Assign a stun manager. Assign a host because I don't like this error being annoying. Okay. Alrighty. The other option is animate the entity. So I can add a child node. Path. Is it path 2D or that I want there, or do I want this underneath the path? Hmm. And then add a child node, as well, etc., etc. Okay. And I want to add the path 2D script. I'd like to add a frame timer. This should get the path underneath it. Okay. We can go here. For the entity, I might as well add a collision shape. Or actually, oh yeah. Oh, no. Actually, cancel. Okay. This has things. Frame timer has a path underneath it. Um, so then what do I actually need to do? I think maybe this needs to be set to top level. Are those relatives? Okay, we have a path, we have that. Let's start with a simple function for starting it. Because now, what this should do is change a phone variable of some kind. It's just belonging to bool type, so is on, I guess, equals false. That's the first thing. I think this would have like the duration export var duration in frames. I forgot what the guard was. 4 embers. There's only a card. The numerical value, and I just don't remember what I have. Maybe it's in the chat logs. I might mess it. How to set limits or some things. I don't think I have asked it that question. Oh well. Yeah, I don't remember how to lock an export value above a certain number. I don't remember at least. Range duration 0. Actually 10. That's length. Or curve. Get baked length. Is that the right function? Okay, this gives us what? What does it return? A constant. Let's just print this for now and just see what it is. Let's see. I'm not trying to get fun saves right now. Yeah, okay, I think the projectile is going to be a problem for now. So let's just not work with it right now. On this scene, stun manager is not defined. Okay. Add child mode. Done. Manager. Just please stop giving me errors. Camera. There we go. Gives us a value, probably in pixels. Okay. Now I can go to the past stuff. Um, um, past dot progress plus equals the length divided by the duration. That's not something that's broken. Okay, the thing didn't move, which I would assume is because of the placement of where it is compared to where it should be. If I do this, does this move with it or no? No. To the past. Sure. I need another reference just to see it. And static body and collision shape. Give it a shape. Put it over here, run the scene, see what's happening. It's moving way too fast. Let's try to adjust it so that it adds times 60. Okay. Frames per second. Let's do this. That's basically not moving. Okay. Um, frame timer dot start. Frame timer with the frames duration. Alright. seeing, see what happens. Okay, let's change this to 100 frames. I like that. All right, that's good. That's good. That's good. Okay, cool. Then what about if the entity moves? What are you gonna do? Just hide that. Okay, okay, but like, what are you doing? Not even running anything. Why into this player? Invalid call start frame timer and base node frame timer. I I don't know what you're talking about. Let's restart Godot because of that error being weird. Invalid function call start frame timer and base nodes frame timer. Okay, but what is trying to call it? Projectile. I don't know why I called this process. This may not need to be called process. What is this? If it's active, enables all the separate hitboxes that are underneath the projectile. Then if the timer is stopped, turn off of it, turn it off, turn off everything. Let's reset stuff. Then if it's not active, reset position. Bosses. Pack manager. Okay. What should I call this? We just want something. If edit or what? Oh, let's check another one. There we go. Now that error can stop bugging me. Okay. I forgot that I turned it into a tool script and never actually changed anything about the tool script. Or the script enough. Okay. Start task, get frames duration. So this animates a little bit, which is good. But how do I get the player to have multiple paths as essentially as the parent? Mm, let's think about that later. Func reset. It is seriously not that something. Is left. Mm-hmm. So we have a reset. I'm surprised they don't have a timer reset, which would make kind of a lot more sense. Oh, wait, no, I do. Wait, no, that's not. That was not it. I'd like to go back to the Zoom I was at before. Does not have one enter funk reset. Needs to 0 and false. Basically not move, which makes sense because of reset being done there. Okay. We have a way to start it. We have a way to reset it. Um, but do we have the attachments to the player correctly? Not sure where what is it doing. So we have the object, we have the path. How do I move something along the path without it being a child of the object? It's because as a child that I know how to move it and what those values are, but how do I open documentation? Those are properties, but they're not functions or methods. Does the path have all those then? Get curve, set curve. That's the way. I don't see that word very often, or what it is. What instance target? Add point, clear points, get banked length. Get baked points. What is a packed vector 2D array? Array designed to hold vector 2 packs data tightly saves memory for larger array sizes. Differences between packed types and untyped packed are generally faster to iterate and modify compared to typed of the same type. Also, packed is assume less memory as a downside factor, less flexible, so they can offer language containers such as array wrap. I just remembered, I think I saw something about a curve, it's just not this. Okay, so curve 2D is not exactly what I was expecting when I initially started this. So curve is anything. Some line 2D. Polyline that can be optionally textured. Uh, there's a lot of curves. So there's curve 2D, and curve 3D, but then how do you use a curve? don't know what these are. I go to the Bezier curve and just see how can I make something with enough points look like it's separating. I put a bunch of things in a similar space. So no, it's not acceleration or deceleration. But I do know the length. And if I know the length, I can get things in terms of percentage. Mm, I should do some Googling. Okay. Got how to move something along a curve. Sure, it's a mathematical curve, but you know what? Let's just add a curve as thing. Or let's call it equals colon curve. Yeah, sure. Let's just add something. New curve. guess there's something here. Um, if I go like this, what happens? Should start at 0, end at 1. Okay. So I want to start the path, and then I want it to move along the path according to the curve. How do I get the curve information? Sample. What does this mean? Returns the y value for the point that would exist at the x position offset along the curve. Okay, so since it's I think a percentage, let's multiply that times. No, let's just onReady. I want to try onReady. Func underscore ready. Just do this times. What did I do? Your x value is 0.5 and 1. Left mode, right mode, free, linear. What does this mean? So smoothing curve dot sample at 0.5. Sure. Let's run this. It's at the very end. Okay. Let's do this, I guess. And then instead of sample at 0.5, let's sample at a specific timing. So timer, so frame timer is going to be a divided by duration. Frame timer dot frames left divided by frame underscore duration. And I didn't spell it right because it won't give me the autocorrect right now. What is the warning? Yeah, that's fine. Now, if I run the scene, that was very violent. Oh wait, no, that doesn't seem like it would make sense, right? This would, I would want it to be a percentage. So I would want past progress, and then sampling should be a specific percentage. Not progress, progress ratio. Okay. Yeah, I didn't expect that to work. Okay. Um, they're both integers. It should be fine, except for the fact that I'm trying to get a percentage. Run it. Okay, but then why is it not continuing again? If let me remove this part for testing purposes. Um, I feel like it's returning to the position, not starting. I can only move some things around. Okay, that seems kind of evil in projectiles for fighting games, but I do think it's working better now because now I have more control, which is awesome. Fine-tuned control as well. Let me get a linear curve. There. Okay. Let me raise this to the power of 1, or negative 1, to the power of negative 1. Is it double? I forget. Get two power things. Power, expect two, but only got one, comma, power, -1. Run it. It's not doing anything. Frames duration divided by that, add an end bracket, or 2. Run it. Print that value. What is this? Divide by 100? Why is it flying so fast? Divide by 10? It's a linear curve. So the division ends up being a problem, rather than if it was the opposite form. Basically 0 for the entire thing because it's a percentage. Okay. 0 to 100%. Curve dot ratio, or no, path dot dot ratio, progress ratio equals this thing. And they need to be in float mode. Okay. If I give it 0, I should get 0. If I give it 1, I should get 1. 100. Alright, so it actually counts down. So then I want the reverse curve. Okay. What is this? And then, what do I like better? There's the sampling. So sample at this percentage. I really don't like that. Alright. Var percent on pass. Progress float. This is equal to this thing. I don't like that it's still hiring percentage. If I make one of these a float, okay, and if I run it, focus, I can see it. Okay. And if I use this to curve.sample, mm, wait, why is it this not what I was doing? That this is why. What is curve? Instead of the smoothing curve, I want to curve out of the curve. Okay, that's great. That's good. That's good. That's good. So now if I want to go to 2D and basically make the effective same as a sinusoidal movement. And then now if I want to make a sinusoidal movement, uh, just like that. One, two, one, two, one, two, one, two. The curves are a little weird, but alright. They're not very curvy, I'll have to say. Um, if I just select on a specific point. Sure. I guess. Except this should be going downwards. If I want to make sinusoidal movement. Okay. On it. I do just vertical. Like this. I like this precision that I have. It's pretty good. Hmm, I don't know how curves work fully. If I do 45, what happens? Yeah, that's a lot more interesting movement. Okay, so now I know how to move something along a path. My question is now, how do I do it so that I can move along several different paths? Um, the first idea is we change what path is used, or the path follow, but one path 2D node? How would that be practical? We'd have to make the several curves, and the curves are made in the path 2D node, right? Well, the smoothing curve and the path 2D curve. Okay, what happens if I try to export, I don't know, to any random node? Like, I could probably export it to any node, actually, the path that I'd like. So I can export the curve, the smoothing curve, the other three properties to any node, whatever the node is. Um, and then those can be referenced by the path 2D node, following a specific path follow. So the curve to smooth, the curve we want to use. If I think that some of the main function is done for now, but this is going to need a lot more work. For one, it makes more sense to be the entity's child for storage purposes. So I'm concerned why I can't just do that. Uh, this needs some thinking about as well as more experimentation. If I want the path2D to be the child of an entity, can I move that entity properly? Well, my first question is, do any of these have any vector property? This has positions that are also interpolated. The smoothing curve gives positions as well, but it doesn't. What does it do? Open your documentation. Curve to be net points. We can sample an indexed and a time. Returns the position between the vertex index and the vertex index plus 1, where t controls the if the point is the first vertex and or if it's the second vertex. Values outside the range give strange but predictable results. My brain is unsure how to get started. I want to use a path and path to do follow to move an entity. I also want to be able to have the path be the child rather than the parent of the entity. Just send that, I guess. Use remote transform 2D. We'll copy the transform and set update position, update rotation, update scale as needed. Manually copy the position in the script. Remote 2D transform. I have not seen that function. What is that? Remote, 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 remote 2D transform is a node. Okay, so if I do that, and add a, see how you look this stuff. Line, path long, and remote 2D is just a thing that's there. Let's point to a pet valid node. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, assign the entity. The entity is moving. Okay. Now if I change it to the static body, can I do that midway through the editor or no? I need a third object for reference. Insert static body. And then control A. Collision shape 2D. Give this one a circle. Test 2D. Move the circle between them on the middle point. Run the thing. That is moving. Cool. Static body. Change it to the entity. Take a look. The entity is moving while the other two are being stationary relative to each other. I think that's the thing that we need. Cool. That's really good. That's really good. That's really good. Okay, then. So that would mean to make the path portion, it could be its own little node. It can be its own scene or class as well. And it should be the easiest one, hopefully. That's great. Okay. Um, okay. Um, Something to consider probably for next time is use. What's the difference? I don't know if there's a difference for setup, but there may be a difference. Oh, because the thing itself is not moving, but it's moving using the other things moving. Okay, so if I want to move something, I would want the rotation scale as well. Let me keep this window on top and then just stop updating position. Okay. Let me go to the 2D editor and edit this thing to have like 2 points and a really long distance between them. Everything. This is the starting point. Okay, I just want to see if pausing and unpausing the node I might as well change the time for the thing to be like 300 to, and then we can go to the transform. It jumps location, which is bad. Um, since it jumps location, what do I need to use? Also, for this specific usage of AI, I think it's the same as just like kind of Googling it, but sometimes it's easier to use than Google, or asking a person who's experienced with it. Okay. So then, if this is stopped and reset, okay. Let's say I move along the path. I'm some percentage here, and then I'm here. Okay? I stop it, I reset it, and then what? Let me look at the entity base's position actually change. Is it relative? Is it... This thing's transform. I don't want to see it moving and changing. It's not showing me the value. Well, if I change the progress, this thing moves. It'll be finicky for sure. I'd have to understand how this thing works a little more in detail. Not bad. Update position, rotation scale, use global coordinates. If true, global coordinates are used. If false, local coordinates are used. I think with these three nodes, I can do the animations I want. It's just gonna be a little bit finicky. So, for example, if I animate it and it moves to a specific point on the curve, let's say to this point, and then I reset it while or uh, position is off, and then I move it. The global coordinates have technically changed, so it then moves quite a bit. Let me put this as a child first, see what happens. If I turn this to local, anything, nothing. And then global, why is that not working? Wait, what? Is it because the node is actually just there? Can it not update its own parent? Really? Hmm, that changes things. Wait, what are you animating now? Oh no, you are moving on your own, but you're not updating. Your position doesn't change, which is really annoying. I guess I could save the position and then send it, change that to the new global position, and then I would technically get it to work. Sure. But now my question is, why can't it be its own child? And since I don't actually know the answer, or how would I do that? The fixed that we need to do to switch mid path. I tried the remote node. It didn't work. And it is inside of the entity did it is on its own. If we have, I'm very unfamiliar with this node and I need to learn more about it. Um, don't code anything for this. Interesting. Path is a child of the entity and the remote tries to update its circular dependencies. We're switching mid-path. Mid-path as children of the entity. You'll probably need to go with option 2 or 3. Since those avoid circular transform issues. Okay. When I want to cancel or change the path, I want it to keep the global position, but a different, but use a different path. And this path will start at its starting point. That will also be the will the same global position as if I was doing an a, jump, but I was hit in the hair and I trajectory changed. Path precursor defining local coordinates relative to the path to the destination. So this path, your starting point, you need to map the path node itself to your global position. Then curve. Mm-hmm. Uh, Probably. I should test. I just thought about this. If I test top level visibility, top level has been decided for you for some reason. So if I just turn off top level, right? Make sure that it's actually running properly. Yep. Yep. Yeah. What if this is top level? Okay, if you're top level, no. If you are top level, also no. If you're top level, no. I actually don't know if top level changing will help me or not. Okay, so the path doesn't have top level. Try it. Okay. Enable it, retry it. Okay. What is click children? Does top level do it? I don't think so. If I just attach it to that, what happens? Yeah, it works. It works if it's attached to anything but the entity. Yeah, what if I attach it to the collision shape of the entity? Top level? No. Okay. Also no. Right now it's using global. If you use local, no. That's really annoying. Mm, what if you're a child of something else? Okay. So it doesn't matter if it's just attached at all in any way to the entity, it doesn't animate. Really. Um, Let me just see if it's moving at all in the remote. This thing. Yeah, it's moving, but why is it not showing me anything? Your position is moving, your local position is not moving, but your global position is moving. But the node is not moving. I guess it is because it's like that. But how do I... If the path follows the thing that's taking it position, can you just like take the... Why can't you update this thing's local position too? Hmm. This one's local position is moving, but this one's local position is not moving. If we set the position, process mode inherit, process priority, yada yada, use parent material, no. Inherit your parent's position. If it inherited the parent's position, it would be good, rather than the, I think. So then what is the problem? How could I fix this? If we change it to inherit parent's position rather than the... So if I just take, if I stop it, go to the path, go its script, add an export variable, export var remote underscore transform colon transform 2D. No, remote transform 2D. Okay, assign this thing start path, which is currently just like running path as well. Um, so running. We take the path. We also want the transform? No. Remote transform dot position equals path dot position. Save. Run the scene. Go here, I guess. Its position is updating though. It's doing double the rotation or the transform. Dang it! Dang it! I need to top level. Nope. What if I make you top level? Your position's moving the thing I want, but I just don't know why. You're like this. You're moving. Wait, are you using global? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Okay. I want that top level so it doesn't affect. I want it. Local close. Okay, what is top level? Are you top level? No. You. No. You. Yes. Update global position. No. Use local position. Okay. If I don't have this, I don't think it would move. Your position is moving, but you are not moving. God. It's not working. I don't have a reference to the entity yet. That export entity. Make sure it has a variable typing or something. Entity base. Come on. I wish this was doable. Oh, I know I already have object. Objects. Dot position. Its local position changed due to the path changing its position. Run it. Yes, it works for some reason. And I have no idea why. So the object's path can be determined by the position's path, and neither of them have to be top level. Okay. In that case, cool. But I'm changing relative position. I don't know if I like that. Oh, it's also changing position. Frick. I shouldn't be using position, because if I use position, I will literally clip through everything. Uh, I got surprised that I accidentally did a screenshot because the buttons just didn't work properly. Okay. And my keyboard is so glitchy. Anyways, but I need to use velocity, not position. Um, I remembered I can't use position as it flips through all collision states, which I don't want it to do. I need to use velocity instead. Which is calculate the velocity from the path's position, get the position on the path, get the next position on the path, calculate the direction, apply that to the velocity, use the path as a velocity curve. Use the path to define direction and speed. I want the path to define the path it takes, but I need it to edit the velocity term. Get your current progress on the path with the next point. Delta times speed. The difference between current point and the next point. Mm-hmm. Mm. Yeah, this is a problem that I'm not sure about. I'm gonna end it here. I need to get some rest. Thank you. I hope this was of some benefit.